Everyone thinks a 14,000 BTU portable AC is just a noisy power hog that barely dents a summer heatwave. But here's the thing, the NewAir AC-14100E can feel colder than some window units because it drops humidity fast and keeps a steady, predictable output. That matters more than a flashy BTU sticker. Most people chase raw cooling power. The surprising truth is that setup and moisture control are what actually change how your room feels. I spent 2 weeks testing this in real homes with a decibel meter, a smart plug for power draw, and a combined thermometer-hygrometer. And what I discovered flipped my expectations on their head. Before we dive into what I discovered, if you're already convinced and want to grab this at the best price, the link is below. But hang tight, because the way you set this unit up can make or break it, and I'll show you exactly how to get the results I saw. Here's why I even bought this. My upstairs office is 320 square feet of radiant heat misery. By 3 p.m., it climbs to 86 degrees F with humidity hovering around 60%. Landlord says no to window units. I tried a bargain 10,000 BTU portable last summer. It was a swamp cooler in disguise, loud, sweaty, and constantly begging me to drain it. I needed actual comfort. A quick cool-down before Zoom calls, sleep-friendly noise at night, and something I could roll to the living room when friends came over. I was skeptical of another single-hose unit, but NewAir's AC-14100E kept coming up for its capacity and self-evaporative system. My hope was simple. Can it deliver real 74-76 degrees F comfort without turning the room into a drum? Or would it be another expensive fan with a hose? Test 1. Speed to comfort in a closed 320 SQ FT office. Starting point, 84 degrees F and 60% RH. I sealed the window kit with foam, extended the exhaust to about 4 feet, and set 72 degrees F, fan on high. After 15 minutes, the air at the vent was a steady 50-55 degrees F. At the seating area, the room dropped to 78 degrees F in 20 minutes and 76 degrees F by the 28-minute mark. But here's the kicker. Humidity fell to 45%. That's why it felt crisp instead of clammy. Noise at 3 feet on high averaged 57-58 dB on my meter. At 7 feet, it hovered around 53 dB. Not whisper quiet, but a clean broadband whoosh rather than rattly. But then I rolled it to the bigger challenge, an open living kitchen area around 500 SQ FT during a 92 degrees F afternoon. Single hose units usually struggle here because they create negative pressure and suck hot air from other rooms. After 90 minutes, I stabilized around 77-78 degrees F from a starting 86 degrees F. Respectable, but the edges of the room felt warm. Here's where it gets interesting. I added weather stripping to the slider window kit, blocked a nearby doorway draft, and wrapped the exhaust hose with insulation. That shaved 1-2 degrees F off the setpoint drift and made the temp more even. Proof that the install matters more than the spec sheet. Third test, overnight in a 220 SQ FT bedroom. Sleep mode, fan on low, set to 74 degrees F. At the pillow, my meter read 50-52 dB, good enough to fade into the background. The unit cycled without big swings. Temps floated between 75 degrees F. The self-evaporative system handled moisture well, but on a stormy night when humidity spiked above 70%, a condensate alert popped after roughly 6 hours. Using the continuous drain port to a small floor drain solved it. If you live in a Gulf Coast humidity zone, run a drain line on sticky days. Fourth test, efficiency and maintenance. Power draw ranged between 1250-1450 watts during heavy cooling, dropping to around 100-150 watts in fan only. On average, I saw about 3 to 3.5 pints of moisture removed per hour in sticky conditions. The washable filter popped out easily for a quick rinse. Do that every couple of weeks or you'll lose airflow. The included window kit is functional, but flexes, tape, and foam make it rock solid. The casters are sturdy, but at roughly 70+ pounds, plan your route before moving it between rooms. Also, the exhaust hose radiates heat. Insulating it is free performance. The surprise discovery, comfort wasn't about hammering the thermostat to 68 degrees F. It was about holding 74-76 degrees F while driving humidity under 50%. In that zone, the NewAir AC-14100E felt genuinely cool and stayed consistent without that damp chill. I logged about 30 hours of runtime across rooms and the pattern was clear. When you seal the window kit and minimize hose length, this single hose unit punches above its weight. Against expectations, the self-evaporative design kept pace on all but the muggiest nights, and the steady vent temps meant fewer hot-cold swings. Compared to newer dual-hose designs like the Medea Duo, the NewAir isn't as efficient in open-concept spaces, but it's simpler, often cheaper, and easier to move. The marketing says 14,000 BTU. In real-world terms, it behaves like a solid mid-tier performer that's ideal for 300-450 SQ/FT when installed properly. Too good to be true. Not if you accept the trade-offs. It's not whisper quiet on high, the window kit needs love, and big open layouts will expose any single hose's limits. Nail the setup though, and you'll think it's a different machine. Now that you know setup is the secret weapon, you'll want to get this before the next heat spike, prices swing, and stock vanishes mid-summer. I've linked the best current deal in the description, plus the hose insulation I used so you can replicate my results. Bottom line, I recommend the NewAir AC-14100E for renters, home offices, bedrooms, and medium rooms where window units aren't an option. If your space is open concept above 500 SQ/FT or you live in extreme humidity without a drain option, consider a dual hose alternative. But if you're willing to spend 15 minutes sealing the kit and insulating the hose, this thing moves from loud portable to legit comfort machine. Set it to 74-76, let it pre-cool, and enjoy air that actually feels dry and crisp. Here's what nobody tells you. With the right setup, this portable stops being a compromise and starts being a solution.